Hello, it's SJ here. Happy snow day. Probably for the majority of the people who see this video, it's a snow day in your area. It's been a snow week for us here. I'm looking out the window. It's been snowing here off and on for the past few days, and our schools have been out for the entire week. So that's been cool for me. That gives me time to work on some of my pet projects, such as this. So I'm happy to be able to share something with you all today. Today, I'm going to talk about situating yourself for success. And that means when you come into a new room, a new situation, a meeting, a social event, how can you situate yourself into that scenario so that you can have the best possible social outcome? So, there's a little trick that I'm going to teach you today that is going to help you with that when you're trying to navigate coming into a new space and figuring out what is it that I need to do and how do I need to conduct myself so that I can have success here. So we're going to do a little acronym. You know, an acronym is with the letters on the side that each stand for something. And so the acronym is called STOP. And so you're going to take a moment to assess and make decisions on each of these pieces of information, and that will help best situate you in any scenario, and then you can figure out what your best course of action is. So the first thing you want to do is assess the space. Look around and say, what is the space telling me about what is going on right now? So if I go into a meeting and the space is set up in rows and there's little notebooks set up on each desk, that space is sort of suggesting this is a class or a course. It's something we're going to be able to take notes, and they really want us to focus. So I can assess the space by the way the room is set up. I can start to prepare my mind for what might be coming. When I go into the restaurant, whoa, it's crowded. It's a lot of people, and there are not a lot of tables. So I can see by the number of people waiting and the number of tables, this is going to be probably a pretty long wait and a stimulating dining experience. Do I want that? One, do I want to wait that long? And two, do I want to deal with this level of noise and crowd? If I got plenty of time and I'm enjoying the merriment, stay. If not, go. So the first thing you want to do is assess the space and make decisions about what the space is telling you about what's happening. The second thing is get a sense of the timeline. What is happening in this space right now? What evidence is in the space about what happened before? And what do you know is happening next? So for example, I'm going to a girlfriend's birthday weekend. What's happening now? We are having dinner right now. What happened before? We had cocktails at her house, and then what's happening next? We're going to a rooftop bar. Okay, so now I can orient myself. Where am I? I'm present in what's happening right now. We already had drinks, now we're having dinner, and now I can mentally plan. Why do I need to think about that? I may need to think like, how many drinks have I had? I might need to plan that. I already had a drink at there. I'm having a drink at dinner, and I probably will have a drink when we go out. So let me pace myself. So thinking, keeping track of what you have done, what you are doing, and what you're planning to do, it'll help you budget your resources. So your energy, your money, your calories, your drinks, whatever it is that you want to do. You're like, well, I know we're going to such and such place and they have the bomb dessert and I'm going to get that. So I'm just going to have appetizers for dinner and I'm going to save that for dessert. You have to kind of keep track of time and what's going on in your whole mental agenda so that you can plan and make some decisions. The next thing is objects. What tools do I need to be successful? Let's keep going with this party one. I like this. Okay, so we're at the party. What tools do I need to be successful? Cocktails, dinner, and going out somewhere else later. I need to really assess my outfit. Do I have all of the components in my outfit, or can I quickly acquire those that it might get cool in the evening? My feet may start hurting after I've been in these sassy high heels for several hours. I need a bigger purse because over the course of hours, I'm going to want to touch up my makeup. We're going to be taking pictures. You have to think about what is going to happen, assess what is happening and planning ahead as well so that you can put yourself in the best position to be successful. So, say you're out and about and you didn't know that you were going to be out that long. When we go to the Walmart, I'm going to get some lip gloss because I don't want to be looking crazy in the picture. So, I can get that tool, or I can say, oh, we still going to be gone that long? Oh, girl, let me go past the Target or something. Let me get some cute flats as well. Because I like these shoes and it's good for pictures, but there's going to be a time in the evening, maybe at dinner, I'm going to want to trade out into some flats because I don't want to be finally to our final destination ready to party. I'm tired, almost a little drunk and hungover, and my feet hurt. I didn't set myself up for success. And the last thing is people. What are the people in the space doing, right? So what are all of your girlfriends that are going out? What are some things, cues can you take from them about what's going to happen if everybody is, wearing jazzy hats? Why are you all wearing hats? Girl, it's the hat and hypnotic party. I don't know what it could be. I'm just calling out anything. And so you're like, I didn't attend to that. I looked at the whatever invitation very quickly. I didn't pay attention. I didn't have a hat. Girl, can I borrow a hat? Let me get a hat. Or let me go back to the house real quick because you can choose. In some spaces, you might say, cool, I don't even want to wear a hat. I'm cool to stand out. But if you want to say, I want to be with the program, I want to blend in, then you're like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm on message, I'm on theme for whatever the activity is. So get a cue. What are they doing? What are they saying? What are the topics of conversation? What are the things that I probably should and should not talk about? How are they behaving? Are people being more subdued and chill in small conversations? Are people being more expansive, dancing and partying with strangers? It depends. I have to see what's happening, and then I can make my decisions based on what it is that I want to do. What is people's body language? Is it open, smiling, laughing? The more open things are, the more open people are to engaging, right? So if my eyes are wide open, my mouth is open, my arms are open, that's usually a good sign that I am, receptive and wanting to engage. But someone's more closed off. Their arms are folded, their hands are in their laps, their legs are crossed, their body's leaned back. That's kind of letting you know that person may be wanting to be more reserved. So if I take note and assess all of these things, I put myself in the best position to be successful. So let's run it down again. Assess the space. We decided we didn't want to wait quite that long, so we're going to go to another restaurant where it's more spacious, it's a little more airy, there's enough room for our big party to sit and not be crowded. So we assessed the space and made a decision. We thought about the timeline so we can budget ourselves, budget our energy, our money, our calories, our number of drinks, all the things that we want to manage over the course of this engagement. I need to think, what have I already done? What's happening next so that I can make good decisions about how I want to use my time. Objects. What tools do I need to be successful? What's in this space that I need to use or need to know how to use? Or what personal tools do I need to have so that I can feel comfortable and be at my best? That's my lip gloss and comfortable shoes. Those would be the tools that I would need for that evening. And then people. Get signals as to what people in the room are doing. What is the dress code? What's the etiquette? What are the norms? Are people in this space more outgoing and talkative, or is this space a little bit more reserved? So you can look a lot of cues by stopping, taking a quick assessment, and making some adjustments, and then you'll be in the best position to have success in that scenario. So I hope that's helpful. I'm going to continue to do things like this. These are frameworks, right, to teach social awareness. These are things that we do with young adults in school, but I find them just as helpful. I'm not a young adult, but I'm always a learning adult, and I think it's great to have concrete tools that really help us how to understand the world and manage ourselves in it. So hope you can use this tool. Talk to you and see you soon.